A local land surveyor called KUSI's Michael Turco with some serious allegations against the city of San Diego.
Turco says his investigation backs up charges that the city has been destroying permanent survey markers in violation of state law.
It violates the civil code, and interestingly enough, it's also a misdemeanor under the law. Well, state law says cities are responsible for preserving survey markers on public property whenever construction activity takes place. If old markers are covered over, they're supposed to be immediately replaced and certified by a licensed surveyor or city engineer. But my investigation shows that's been routinely ignored by the city of San Diego, with markers ripped out, destroyed, or buried in the pavement. Mike Palomari is a well-known surveyor in La Jolla. His office is a treasure trove of historical maps and documents. They refer to survey monument markers like this one, metal pins set by surveyors to define property boundaries. This is an alley next to the historic La Valencia Hotel. In the last decade or so, the city replaced a sewer line here. Back in '07, a surveyor drew a new map.
He's got a note to the construction. All the markers have been destroyed.
The markers were only recently replaced.
How do we know the city engineer got things right when he came back in here 4 or 5 years later?
Yeah, we simply don't know, and that's the problem. The city is required to file a record to demonstrate and display what they've done. I've not seen this record, and I've been asking them for the last couple of years, what are they doing here? So it's anyone's guess.
He says hundreds of markers were destroyed on other La Jolla streets, making surveys incredibly difficult. We found only one at Crespo and Castellano. Maps show half a dozen.
This particular marker, if it was destroyed, could cost $2,000 to $5,000 because a new survey has to be filed and it has to be reestablished.
And who has to pay that?
The homeowner.
Whoever wants the surveying done.
Whoever wants the surveying done.
He says maybe that's why the city doesn't seem concerned about his numerous official complaints.
They have no interest in this.
No response?
There's no response.
They don't care?
They don't care, not at all. It's depressing. I've tried very hard to protect these.
Palomari says he set markers here on Hillside Drive in 1987. They're on the map, but missing in action.
It could be destroyed based on this cut pattern, or it could be paved over.
And there's supposed to be another one right over here.
That's correct.
The city admits resurfacing streets can destroy survey monuments. Most of the work is done by private contractors, and careless work is sometimes an issue. But they don't believe the monument problem is widespread. Even so, with 50 road resurfacing projects like this one in the pipeline right now, city officials say they'll be cracking the whip with their contractors, telling them that preserving monuments is part of the job, and it won't cost the taxpayers a dime. There's a mechanism already in place to cover the cost. At least it shouldn't cost us a dime.
There's a monument preservation fund, which when a deed is recorded that utilizes a meets and bounds description, $10 is collected.
From every deed?
From every deed, to protect and preserve monuments. It's designated for that function.
Where's the money gone?
I wish I knew. I've asked repeatedly the county surveyor's office and the city, and I've suggested that they utilize those monies, but as best I can tell, it's a slush fund. I wish I knew where it was.
Well, I do too, and of course we'd all like to know where that survey marker preservation money is actually going. More to come on that in a future report.
All right, can't wait to see that. Thank you,
If anybody out there's got information, let me know, give me a call. I could use some info here. I will track it down.
All right.
Yes, you will.